Shalom Akim Wakwaf. First and foremost, call Loyim Wa Kabad La Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai Bashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who taught us the truth, who rule well. And as always, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So now, down in Austin, Texas, you go to Whole Foods, you can now buy your groceries with the swipe of your palm. And this is the new contactless method of payment. When you go shopping at this particular Whole Foods market, and this is in Austin, Texas, and you already know what this is introducing. You already know that this pretty much is just the conditioning, all right, to get you ready for the you know what. And this is the news clip on it, and then after I actually play this, we'll get a couple precepts, but I also want to go into this testimony of this Christian lady. She might be a either might not be, but months ago she had a vision of the MOTB. All right, and it was pretty the way she described it. It seemed like she had a vivid memory of what she saw in the actual dream. But we're definitely in that time, and you're gonna have people, whether they're Israelites or not, the Lord's gonna open up their eyes and give them visions of the end. All right. So without further ado, let's play this clip real quick.
All it takes is just for a person to hover their palm over the device and done. Your groceries are paid for.
If it's like a fingerprint thing, I think that would make sense, but your palm? I don't know. That's so weird.
The Arbor Trails Whole Foods in South Austin has become the first location in the area to introduce Amazon One, a palm recognition service. A spokesperson for Amazon One says it's meant to act as a convenient option for shoppers to pay with just the scan of their hand, with no need to pull out any form of payment once signed up. Some people we spoke with outside a Whole Foods in downtown Austin say it's strange, but they can definitely see a benefit of the service.
I accidentally leave the house without money or my credit cards all the time. And, sometimes you just need something in a pinch. So that would be cool.
Others like Terrence Douglas, who is a frequent Whole Foods shopper, say he isn't too sure about the whole idea of using your palm to pay for things.
I think it's already easy enough. I pay with my watch and I pay with my phone. As long as there's not anything that's going to have to be added, like a microchip or anything like that, like I've heard in Europe. I think it's okay, but it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little uncomfortable to me.
Right now, the service is only available at the Arbor Trails location. To enroll, just scan your palm at checkout, enter a phone number, and provide a credit card.
Probably needed, I think, in some ways to prevent some theft, I guess.
I definitely want to go to Whole Foods and try it now because I think that's really cool.
And sadly, you're going to have a lot of drones, a lot of copper tops, because they like the idea of conveniency and, the fact that, it'll be more easier. They're going to give in. All they need is just a little reason, and they're going to accept it. You heard what that lady said. Sometimes I actually leave, my wallet or, my keys or whatever. So it'll definitely be beneficial and it'll be convenient to just, go into a store and just, use your hand. So you already know what her answer is. You already know she's going to be willing to take it. And then you saw the second guy, he pretty much said that he's uncomfortable with it. He said he'd rather pay with his watch or whatever, because people are big on this technology, the convenience of, being able to, have more control through technology. So, I guess the CHIP, that's pretty much the deal breaker for him. if it gets down to that implant, he ain't with it. So you're gonna have some people that's gonna have mixed feelings about it, but when it comes down to whether you're gonna be able to eat or starve, a lot of people gonna say right now what they would and wouldn't do, but that time is gonna come where everybody's gonna be tested, and that's pursuant to Revelation 3 verse 10, that there's gonna be an hour of temptation. Let me get that real quick. It's Revelation chapter 10, Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. This is because thou hast kept the word of my patience. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell on the earth. So everybody's going to be tried. They're going to be tempted. It's going to be a test, like the jump shot or the venom juice. A lot of people got tested with that, and a lot of people broke. They ended up failing that test, and now you're seeing all type of complications that they're continuously trying to sweep under the rug and keep hidden. But a lot of people are catching on. They already know what time it is. But they're trying to bring that back. But meanwhile, they're still conditioning the people for the actual solution that they're going to come with. All right. So anyway, hey, as it is written, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. 2 Corinthians 2:11. And this whole method of payment, paid by palm, this is just a preparation, for the real thing. So they're going to condition you. All right. So anyway, let's go here real quick. And I just want to play this excerpt from this video where this woman explains how a lady that she knows actually had a vision. All right. And we're going to go, let me pause it, and we're going to skip it. And this is where it actually starts at. Start right here.
Believe the following is what I am meant to share. I had concerns because though I did not feel in my spirit that it was the mark of the beast, I did feel that it was something evil and that it should be avoided. I know several people are of this opinion, but I was distressed that some people were so firm and passionate in their opinion that it was the mark of the beast. The conflicting opinions of good people from both sides had me distressed because I wondered perhaps I was deceived in my spirit, that it's not the mark. And if it wasn't, why did I have such a strong feeling to stay away from it? I prayed to our Lord Jesus for discernment and clarity. And after praying for some...
And this is a Christian, all right? That's why you're hearing that J word. All right, this is a Christian. But we know that, regardless of your nationality or your religious beliefs, the Lord can still show visions. He's shown it in the past to heathens. Like Nebuchadnezzar received a vision. You had Balaam. All right, he received a vision, and other heathens in the scripture. So the Lord can visit anybody and open their eyes and show them visions. All right. So let's continue.
Sometime I had a vision that was both disturbing but did bring clarity. In the vision, I saw a very stylish businesswoman. She was awaiting her flight at an airport. As she was sitting, I could see through her skin on her arm. I could see her blood flowing through her veins in her arm. I could see there was a metallic substance mixed in her blood, and I knew the substance was conductive. I saw she had a chip that had been placed in her right hand between her thumb and her forefinger that had been activated by the metallic substance in her blood. In my spirit, I knew that she had multiple applications of this metallic substance prior to the chip being inserted. I saw that at each application she had the opportunity to say no, but chose to accept the metallic substance. In my spirit, I saw that up until she accepted the chip, that she was redeemable. Once she accepted the chip that was activated by the metallic substance in her blood, then it became the mark. I saw that she willingly accepted the chip as the mark. This is the part of the vision I felt strongly in my spirit to share. I believe my prayer for discernment and clarity was answered in the vision I received. So really both options are correct in their own way. They both lead up to the mark. But God is long-suffering and does not want to lose even one person.
So you pretty much heard that. So she's seeing this lady, a businesswoman, and she saw the blood flowing through her arms. So she was, you know, uh, I guess she had a translucent view of the woman's arm, and she saw the blood flowing through there, and metallic substance flowing through her blood, and it became activated once she got the CHIP inserted into her. See, so that was what she saw in her dream, and we know the scriptures talk about how the Lord would pour His Spirit upon all flesh. Let's go to the one in Joel. And you better believe John on the Isle of Patmos, he also saw people walking around with those implants. And they was going into these stores, whether it were Whole Foods markets, grocery stores, with Costco, Sam's Club. All right. And this was how, people were buying and selling. This is how people were conducting business. It was all contactless transactions that he saw. All right. This is Joel chapter 2. Yeah, Joel chapter 2 and verse 28. And it says, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit." All right, so people are having dreams about these different uh, prophetic events. All right, some people see the concentration camps, people getting thrown in detention centers. People see martial law, the troops, gunning people down, snatching people out of their homes. But you also got visions of the MOTB as well. All right, and the Lord, he when he speaks, he multiplies his visions. This is Hosea chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, "I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets." All right, and without that vision, the scriptures say, without vision, the people perish. Because how are people going to know? How are they going to foresee the evil? Or how will they be warned of the evil to come if there's no foresight? You see, we have that, and we see that it's written right here in the scriptures of what's to come. All right, as it is written, Habakkuk 2 verse 3. The vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And now we're seeing that it's speaking, and people are having dreams about it. So there's not going to be no excuse in that time. At the end of the day, a decision is going to have to be made. All right. And we see this devil is tying everything down. He's shortening the food supply. You see what's happening in China? They're panic buying while on lockdown. All right. The supply chain is damaged. And then the foods that they've been getting from the services that they've been ordering from is causing poison. They're getting diarrhea and other health complications from the food that they're ordering. So it's all bad, man. But we know that the elite are trying to starve the world. They're trying to bring all this, put the world under pressure to get the people to become fearful and dependent. You know, get these people to become desperate, and they're gonna, out of nowhere, they're gonna come with that solution. All right, well, this is what you need to do. All right, so this is what the prophecies say. Revelation 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, a charagma, in their right hand or their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right, high psi stigma, and that's his vibration. That's his signal, so to speak. All right, so you accept that mark, you accepting his marker, and that becomes your identity. He's making it digital. So you're gonna have people that's not gonna have no problem with that. Everything is going digital. Over there in the EU, they they're making these different European countries. Everybody's got to get this new digital pass. So the transition is in effect, and all these different methods are going to continue to keep getting rolled out, and it's all in preparation for what they're really trying to do. All right, but let's go to the next chapter over. If you fall into this devil's hands and you give in, or you volunteer and accept it, this is your fate. Revelation 14 verse 9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his head, in his forehead, or in his hand, in your wrist, whatever, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receive the mark of his name. All right. So even if we got to die, just to denounce this devil, then hey, so be it. And those men who's gonna die for the witness of Yahushua, and they're not gonna worship the image nor receive his mark, they're gonna receive everlasting life, and they're gonna rule with Yahushua. And that's what we're looking forward to. All right. So there it is. All right. You got Whole Foods, picking up on this new payment method. All right. Pay by the palm. And you could just wave your hand and put your number in after you slide your card in, and you good to go. That's Amazon One, and you also got Amazon Go. So Amazon, they pretty much setting it up, man. All right. Jeff Bezos, all them super rich, they're ready to roll this bad boy out. This is all in plan with the NWO of the globalist elite. All right. So, I just want to do a lesson on that, and the scriptures say to stay upon your watch. So, I just came across this information, saw this news segment, and also I actually found this on BitChute, and there was a link. The YouTube link was shared in the description. So I went to the YouTube section, and I was like, why not do a lesson on it? So hey, man, and other dudes can say, oh well, that's a Christian. Christians ain't got the truth. Yeah, that's true. The Christians don't have the truth, but at the end of the day, because you got a lot of you know, people at the Bible Belt, you got people that have that zeal and that know what's going on. Does that mean that they have the whole understanding, the whole truth? No. And if this is an Edomite, it doesn't matter, what she do, whether she goes against it or not. The fate of the Edomites are already set. All right. But if you a so-called Negro, as Latino and Native American, you an Israelite, you supposed to be taking heed to these warnings. So anyway, I'm gonna end off with that. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai. To the next lesson, Shalom.